And he's got a pleasing response, clean sheet, and in the end, a good win.
Yeah, it's a terrific response. I think they showed today that they were stung by the criticism and the performance on Tuesday, and they worked ever so hard. The reaction in Thursday, when ever since Steve Jenks came in and spoke about Mick, and there was a real realisation that the lads are in a privileged position. And ever since Thursday, there's been a real determination to make sure that we went and got the points today and show people that we have got pride in the shirt, and we want to do everything we can. There were some good performances today. There was a lot of energy. And we put some good balls in, but we could have scored some more goals. To be honest, we just needed a little bit of a bit more movement in the box, but. When you've got fullbacks scoring goals for you, that's what we're about. With the energy of Jaden getting forward, I'd like to see Jordan get more forward from left back. But there were some mistakes and there's some sloppy passing here and there. But after a response from Tuesday night, getting another clean sheet, massive performance from Mark Phillips and Joe Osler at the back after losing our captain with a hamstring injury after Tuesday. We didn't know that he'd be out, but we thought it could be touch and go, but Mark was outstanding, and the tackle at the end sort of typified his performance. It's like he's never been away, and it's massive for us to have him back, and he's a leader and not in a change, just in the changing bit on the pitch as well, and everyone responded him to being there.
And you made 3 changes, as you say, 1 enforced with Glenn Wilson missing out with a hamstring injury, and all 3 of them in their own way made a great impact. Sam Hatton got the goal, Tom Derry had a fantastic performance, and Mark Phillips, as you say, that tackle was as good as a goal.
Yeah, I mean, we just felt that we were rolled over too easy on Tuesday, and we wanted to affect the spine of the team. Bringing Mark in, obviously, and he knows the club, he knows me, he knows Terry, we know him inside and out, and know exactly what he can do. And he left off, he came back and started. He left off last year, and he was a massive influence last year to staying up, and this year. We want him to be involved with us to move us up the table. But Sam Hatton deserved his chance. Scored a good goal. Had a part to play in a lot of stuff. He was sloppy in other areas, but I think that's it's his first 90 minutes for a while, and you can excuse that. They had to do a lot of work in midfield. And then Tom was outstanding up front. He's deserved his chance. He's come on. We haven't been scoring goals, but I felt that on Tuesday we were lacking in the real ability to want to get on things and chase lost causes, and that's what's happened in this league. Sometimes there are going to be misplaced passes or balls that aren't played to the right person, but if you chase it down and you harry and you make things happen for yourself, it makes it easier for the rest of the team, and it gets the team up and gets the crowd up. And Tom did everything simple in the first half. He got it into his chest or his feet, and he laid it off, and he got in the box, he chased things in the corner, he got hold of it, he made a great run and come inside, and we nearly scored from that. He was positive in everything we did. He was strong up front, and it was a really good debut. I'm delighted for him because he's a fantastic lad. He's bided his time well, but the fact that he's come on and given us a spark is exactly why I put him in, and I'm delighted for him. And that gives us a real good option up front, and he's proved that he can back up what he says off the pitch and saying that he wants to have a go, and he can play for us and he'd do well. And he's gone out there and done it. So hats off to him.
And you said on Thursday at the fans forum that you didn't want to bring in players who weren't able to make an impact, and Mark Phillips came in and did exactly that. As you say, it's like he's never been away.
Yeah, we were working on that at the time, to be honest. We didn't know Glenn was definitely going to be out, but we still need cover at the back. And then, both Joe and Glenn have played a lot of games, and in fact, all the lads have got at the game. If you're picky, Damon's a little bit unlucky to be left out today because he's done well for us, but I just felt we needed a bit more fresh legs all over the pitch, and it works. Sometimes you need to make decisions, and I'm not afraid to do that, but luckily we backed it up, and the players that came in had an effect on the game, and everyone else responded, and it's important that we got a clean sheet after conceding some poor goals. And having lost Tonks as well and playing Jordan on left back, that's even more pleasing that we have got that clean sheet. And we can look forward now. It's everyone's been down this week, not just about the result. Obviously, with Mick passing away, it's taken a big toll on everyone at the club. You know, staff, directors, fans, and you know the fact that the players didn't know Mick personally that well, but obviously had dealings with him. They obviously were affected by him passing away, and it's strange not seeing him here every day. You know, coming in and having a cup of tea with him, and it's not right. But you know, I think the applause. You know, I reminded the players exactly what Steve had said on Thursday and why we were here, and what we meant for them to wear the shirt, and the fact that we had Steve and all the other volunteers in the dugout with us giving a minute's applause was something that I wanted, and something that, you know, shows that we're together and we wanted to do it for him.
Yeah, and that was it. I don't know if people are aware that you did get Steve in before training on Thursday just to say a few words about Mick and what it means to wear the shirt and to love this club.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, it wasn't something that was designed, you know, to you know, do anything spectacular, but I think it's poignant, you know, that Steve loses his father on the Wednesday, and the first thing he wants to do on the Thursday is come to the football club because he feels comfortable here and he's around people that knew Mick and have had a lot to do with him, and he's comfortable in the surroundings. And you know, I just felt it was right that the players who don't necessarily live in a local area or haven't been here too long understand what it means for guys like Mick and Steve, who have supported the club all their life, what it means for them to see their team performing to the best of their ability. And it goes, these volunteers and these people at every football club in the country, every single football club in the country. I didn't do it intentionally. I asked Steve if he was comfortable doing it, if it was something that he would be prepared to do, and it was completely up to him. But I think it gave him a little bit of comfort that he was able to do that and represent his father and speak to the players. And if it worked and we got the result because of that, then brilliant. You know, that's what Mick deserved, and you know, so that one's for him.
And Sam Hatton's set piece delivery, key quality that we knew when he arrived in the summer. We saw with his free kick. Jaden Gibbs' attacking abilities as well from right back, and it all dovetailed nicely this afternoon with giving goals from other areas of the pitch.
Absolutely. You know, we've said it. spoke to you in the week about, you know, we can't just rely on you know, Brett and the centre forward's got to come from all areas, but I didn't expect it to come from Jaden, to be honest. But when we move the ball and when we have that extra pass to allow our fullbacks, who are attacking fullbacks, to get forward, you know, Jaden loves doing it. You know, he loves doing it. We put Damon wide right because we wanted to be a bit more solid in midfield, and we knew that would give Jaden the opportunity to go around the outside, and he can do it all day long. He's as fit as a fiddle. But it's a terrific finish, and it was one that we needed. You know, I can't really think of too many efforts they had on goal, so we were pretty solid. But at 1-0, it's always a little bit tense and a few nerves around, but the second goal really settled us down, and after that we put some good balls in the box. We had some good efforts, and we should have done better with a few more opportunities, but we looked a little bit more threatening at times, and that's what we've been working on. There's still lots to work on, but you know, we can now look forward and, you know, brush that defeat at Dover off our shoulders, and look forward to Chester as well. And you know, not to giving too many pats on the back, but we all know that deep down we're delighted with the result, and delighted with the performance, and delighted with a clean sheet, and that's what we wanted today.
And the nation saw when Chester, with the local derby on national television, the spirit they've got, that they conceded so early but then scored with the last kick of the game. That confidence now from this afternoon will be needed on Tuesday. Yeah, that's right.
We've played 14 games now, and the majority have played most games, and we've got a few that are, you know, have had a few niggles. So if we can get through Tuesday, and then we've got a real tough one against Bristol Rovers next Saturday, who are a very good side, but then the midweek games start slowing down, so it'll enable people like Molesey and Barker to get back, allow people like Josh Scott to get 100% match fit, and you know, we're going to need that spell. But it's also a spell to work players a little bit harder in training, you know, early part of the week, to make sure that, you know, we've got that base fitness to be able to carry it on through the winter, because I still think we can work harder, we can do more and fitness wise, and really get them at it, you know, making sure that they're capable of doing that so they can play on the Saturdays and get the results we need.
And in many ways it was a game which reminded me of the Lincoln game 2-3 weeks ago, where it was a game where you said it was a must-win. Did you feel this was a must-win after Dover on Tuesday?
It's a must-perform.
Yeah.
You know, and performances. You know, results come with the performances, and you know, we know that we've got people who can score goals. We haven't been scoring them, and you know, we have been creating some chances, and we haven't been ruthless enough in front of goal. But I wanted a freshness about us, and I wanted us to go out there and perform, and sometimes you can't legislate for what happens in a game, but if you go out there and give everything and try and perform to your best of your ability, the chances are with the players that we've got, we're going to win the game, and that's what happened. So wasn't a must win, but it was a must perform when it was a must do better, and we ticked both those boxes.
Sure. And bringing in Mark Phillips, obviously once you get your captain back, you've got the two big lads at the back, does that then give you scope to maybe do something different with Joe or Jayden, and maybe sort of change things around a little bit?
Yeah,
extra option.
Yeah, it does. It does. You know, we're just saying there we've had some, you know, really important players out today with Glenn Wilson and Molesey and Barker. You know, it's difficult to have those players out your squad, let alone out your side. But we've coped well with it today. But when we get everyone back, it gives us a lot more options and a lot more ability to change things and have a little bit more experience on the side in the side. I spoke to Joe and I spoke to Wills, you know, yesterday, saying that we were bringing Mark in, but it wasn't necessarily to replace them, because I wanted to make us stronger as a group, and you know, they took it like the men they are, and the players that they are. They want the club to do well, and they want the team to do well. They know they've both been playing really well, but you know, certainly, you know, Joe's capable of playing both full-back positions and central midfield. He's a central midfielder by trade, really, and it's only by sort of hook and by crook he's ended up centre half for us. But he's performed so well that we couldn't leave him out. So, you know, Joe's got a massive part to play for us. But bringing someone like Mark Phillips in, I think that it was what happened and what was intended, that he walked in the dressing room and everyone thought, right, okay, we mean business, and that's exactly why I spoke to the board, and that's why they backed me, bring him in, and hopefully by Tuesday we can get another player in who will equally, you know, enhance us and give us more options and give us a lot more, you know, about us as a group.
Thanks, Andy. Cheers.
Okay.